Hey yo, what's up everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. What happened to Facebook? Oh my goodness, Facebook, huge move low. I don't think I've ever seen Facebook move this much. This stock is down huge right now after hours on earnings. We're going to talk all about it here on this live stream, folks. My name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, now the current head trader at True Trading Group. For those that don't know, TTG is the fastest growing, highest rated premium online education platform that's available to retail traders today. We've got one simple goal. That's to help you learn, trade, and profit. If you are new, make sure you like and share this video. And more importantly, subscribe to the channel. 6 nights a week, we go live right here for free. Myself, other TTG Pro traders, and special guests will drop golden nuggets and provide you with free lessons that can help you guys become better traders and investors immediately. But why should you listen to what we talk about on these lives? Gang, I didn't figure this stuff out on my own. Began my career working for a fund in New York City, my first job out of college. Then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession, stock market crash. But that was the same year I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now, fast forward, perhaps even more importantly, since then, since 2016 now, my team and I at True Trading Group have helped thousands of retail traders from all over the world, from all walks of life, achieve peace of mind from financial freedom by learning how to trade stocks, options, and crypto. We're going to teach you how to fish at True Trading Group and how to stand on your own 2 feet. Trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's also not gambling. It's a skill. Skill that needs to be learned like any other, especially since a skill can help you guys reach financial goals that you guys never thought were possible. All right. We're going to start this live stream off tonight with a 20-minute Q&A session. I'm going to give some time for people to log on. You guys are going to ask me questions. Whatever's on your mind. And then I will spend after the Q&A and we give some time for people to log on. I will go over for about 15 minutes or so. I will explain to you guys how to join the TTG platform. There's some discounts and incentives that we have running here for tonight that you guys are going to want to listen to if you've ever been interested in joining the TTG platform. Then we're talking earnings. We're talking Facebook. We're talking the markets have rallied back on strong earnings, but then now you got Facebook just throwing a wrench in that storyline. And does this massive move to the downside on Facebook, does this kind of wake people back up a little bit? Because you had fantastic earnings from Google and AMD and Apple, huge earnings on some of those companies. And the markets have celebrated that. The markets have really had a nice push higher the last couple of days on the back of strong earnings. And now you get Facebook down 22% on their earnings report. And they are signaling some issues going forward in the future. We're going to talk about it later on in this live. I will ask that during the Q&A session, you guys refrain from asking me Facebook questions, because later on in this live stream, I will talk about Facebook and I will talk about what does this mean for the overall market? What impact will this have on the NASDAQ and on the SPY and everything else that we're going to trade tomorrow, and how we're going to use this to our advantage to make money. That's what it's all about. We're going to talk about all that later on the live. Then when we're done with that, I'm going to show you guys the TTG platform. Yes, I use the word platform very specifically because the platform that is TTG is designed to level the playing field for the retail trader. And we do that by providing you access to education, professional level of education that I had access to when I was working at the fund, but also give you guys tools and resources that professional traders use. And I'm going to show you what some of those look like later on in this live. Okay. So folks, first we got to do the Q&A. Okay. First we got to do the Q&A. Start typing your questions in chat. There's no such thing as a stupid question. There's no such thing as a silly question. All right. Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. Asking questions is how you learn. So folks, go ahead right now, begin typing your questions in chat, and let's go ahead and begin that Q&A. How do you use trade lines to project moves? Okay, developing traders. So the trade line is commonly, I use the 9 exponential moving average. Okay, however, you could use the 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 exponential moving average. I have seen it used all of those. And they would all be considered or commonly referred to as the trade line. I use the 9 exponential moving average. Now, there's an entire course literally in the TTG curriculum dedicated to the trade line, or an entire chapter within the advanced courses. There's an entire chapter dedicated towards how to use the trade line. So I would definitely point you over to that chapter on using the trade line in order to project moves in order to project moves within the trade line. Trade line is really used to be a momentum indicator. Oftentimes when a stock is making a very clear directional momentum-based move, that trade line will act as either support to the upside or resistance to the downside during the moment of momentum. All right. So it really is a momentum triggering indicator that we use very commonly intraday for day trading, but you can also use it from a broader perspective. You can use it on a daily chart as well, and it can help you with with swing trading. But I would definitely point you over to the courses. I can spend the next hour going over, how to use the trade line, but I would just point you over to the courses that talks about the trade line. You guys will learn how to use the trade line, like the back of your hand when you guys go through all those courses. Yesterday you said PayPal was buy 140. Did you buy at that price? Did you analyze again? No, I have not bought PayPal. You guys understand. So with PayPal, PayPal came out with earnings yesterday after the bell, and stock is down significantly. So first of all, I didn't say PayPal was necessarily a buy at 140. You have a support level at 140. We gapped underneath it. So now that you gapped underneath your support level at 140, your gap fill, which is right where the stock currently sits. And then you're going to have, this little support level here is going to be your next support after this gap fill, which we have closed, is going to really be down around the low 120s. Okay, it's going to be down around the low 120s. So I own PayPal in my long-term portfolio. I have owned PayPal for many years in my long-term portfolio. So I've been a shareholder of PayPal since this thing used to trade, below $50. I sold half of my PayPal position in like October of last year. Okay, up in here around like 260, 262, I think was like my average sale in PayPal. Now I still do own 50% of that position that I've owned over the last several years. I have not added back to any of the positions that I've sold. I've sold 50% of basically all of my tech holdings and my overall portfolio. And I started to move some money from tech into other areas of the market, like financials, and specifically energy is where the bulk of that money really went into when I just shifted money from, I took 50% of my positions off on my tech names. I raised a lot of cash in, when looking for a big sell-off this year, so I can have a lot of cash and a lot of paper that I can go ahead and take advantage of that sell-off. And I took a portion of that money, I just shifted it. I moved it over into the energy sector with some of my top energy picks this year: Chevron, ExxonMobil, ConocoPhillips, Devon Energy, and Pioneer. Those are some of my top picks for the energy sector this year. I listed these all in my market outlook report for 2022. But I have not added to any of my tech names yet. I have not added to PayPal. I've not added to Facebook. I've not added to AMD. I've not added to NVIDIA or Amazon or Microsoft or any of them. I have not added to any tech stocks because I still want to see. I still do not believe that we're out of the woods yet. I don't believe that the market is done with the volatility. I think that I'm waiting to see if the Fed actually is very, very slow raising rates with their balance and then with their balance sheet runoff. Because I, for one, believe that the Fed is going to be more aggressive when push comes to shove later this year. I think they're going to be more aggressive than they want. And I think that creates even more volatility. And I think I'll be able to get better prices on a lot of the stocks that I sold last year. So I have not added to anything yet. When I do begin adding in my long-term portfolio, I will be very public about it. I will notify all of our TGG members when the time comes that I begin adding in my long-term portfolio. I will also make it very public on the YouTube channel as well when that time comes. Just like I made it very public last year, September, October, I made it very public on YouTube, told all my members in True Trading Group that I'm going to begin selling my long-term portfolio on green days. That was very specific. And every time that the markets would push higher, I would sell a little bit more. Markets push higher, sell a little bit more. And that was by the time the end of October came, I was out of 50% of my holdings. And that was last year. So if you guys just go look at Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, NVIDIA, AMD, PayPal, Square, all of those companies, Qualcomm, Broadcom, all those companies that I own in my long-term portfolio, I was out of half of my positions in October of last year. I would love to help out by explaining to members they need to trade their own trades. Too often members wait for alerts and they struggle. Can you speak about the importance of trading your plan? Yeah, you know what, David, I actually, I'm actually really glad that you just typed that. Guys, David is an experienced TTG member. He's been with Dave. You've been with us for a little while now, and David had some struggles very early on. And David really, busted his ass. Has put in the work. Has sought the help. David, I still remember the one-on-ones that we had the last time that you and I spoke. And David has been able to really kind of turn things around and become successful while working a full-time job as a fireman. And I'm actually really happy that you just typed this comment in chat, because this is actually something that I really wanted to talk about here today, specifically on this live stream, because I want to make myself so clear to people. Do not be too proud to ask for help. I come on these live streams every single night. I go over lessons. I go over things like risk management. I had a heart-to-heart with you guys just a couple of days ago about risk management, because, there are so many things there's so many times that I see people will say like, oh my goodness, I just blew up my account and it's on one trade. You guys should never, ever be in any position or any situation where one trade could blow up your account. That should never, ever happen, period. Okay? That should never, ever happen. I don't ever want to see it, but people, I'll tell you guys this now. Trading is a very lonely profession, but that is why at True Trading Group, we do everything in our power to make sure that you have access to help, that you have access to moderators, you have access to the platform where you guys can come to us. And that's why we do all these things. We have these study groups, we have these after hours chat rooms, we have all of these different things that you guys could be able to take advantage of so that you are not by yourself. Don't ever be too proud to ask for help. I'm being dead serious. You guys, we really genuinely do care about every single one of our members and their success. If one of our members is failing, or if one of our members is really struggling, I do not want you to be quiet about it. I want you to step forward, come to Adam, come to myself, come to any one of the other moderators and say, hey, I'm struggling. I need help. What am I doing wrong? We really actually care about what you are going through. You don't have to just go through it and deal with it by yourself. Because a lot of times when you sit there and deal with it by yourself, you don't necessarily know what the problem is. You don't know why you're having a hard time. You don't know why you're struggling. Why are you losing, this much money? What are you doing wrong? We will help you figure that out and make the adjustments so you stop. But too many times I see people that they wait until their account is blown up to then send Adam an email. They wait until they've just lost way more money than they could afford to then message me and be like, hey, Mike, you're going to be so mad at me. I can't believe I did this, but now I need help. What do you mean now you need help? Come to us when things are starting to go wrong, not after they've already gone wrong. I don't want anybody to feel too embarrassed to come to, guys, I struggled too at some point in my career. Every single successful trader on this earth has struggled at some point in their career. Trust me, I know exactly what you're going through. But the most important thing is to understand why you're going through it. What are you doing wrong? What could we fix? How do we make the adjustments? We genuinely give a shit whether you guys succeed or fail. Don't just sit there by yourself and struggle and then be like, hey, I blew up my account. I'm out of here. Why? Don't wait until it's too late. We're here to help you guys. I get so frustrated when I see stuff like that.
Let me ask you a question, Mike. What would you have to say to somebody who goes, I'm scared of Adam? That's ridiculous. I love you though, Mark. I only made one person cry today.
That's a good day.
And I feel bad about it.
If it's only one person, that's a good day.
Yeah, so Mike is going to go over all things Facebook, but this is a topic we need to cover here. Because quite frankly, Mike and I have spent a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort to build a platform for all of you that gives you as many opportunities as possible to not have to, you know, feel like you're in a position where you have no choice but to lose money or to put yourself at risk, right? And that is, you know, for us to see some of the emails that we get, right? For us to see some of the emails that we get, you know, like I got, you know, look, could we come on this stream and we say every night, this stream isn't going to make us any sales. Okay. And I honestly don't care. Before this, you know, for those that don't know, we sell on these streams. These streams give a ton of great information, but they're also an infomercial as well. And we have no qualms about saying it, you know, because it's the truth. But we give away a lot more information than we do sales. And that's just a fact. There's plenty of people that are going to be on this live stream right now that are not members of True Trading Group that have been watching these live streams for a very long time for a reason. Okay. It's not because our sales pitch gets any more interesting. I assure you, right? You know, for those that don't know who I am, if you're new, I'm the co-owner of True Trading Group. Mike and I founded it together. Okay. Now, what I'm going to start saying in here isn't going to make us sales tonight. What Mike and I are going to talk about at the beginning of this stream isn't going to make us sales tonight. And honestly, I really don't care. You know? What I'm going to say is this. We get as many members as we have that come on these streams and say, yes, I'm successful. Yes, I'm becoming a better trader. Yes, this, yes, that. I love it. They're typing the number 1, all of that stuff, right? There is still 20% of people inside of True Trading Group that are struggling and they are losing money. They're not just losing a little bit of money. They're losing a lot of money. Okay? I am getting emails from people that are saying things like, I'm down 10,000, 20,000, 45,000. I don't know what to do. I feel like since you, Mike, what do we get? Since you added STR and lifetime membership, I don't feel like I'm getting anything out of the annual membership anymore, right?
Right.
Since this, since that, all of this stuff, right? Let me ask you a question. I don't know. I guess I can't talk for people. Look, I'll just be straight with everybody, right? Guys, Mike and myself are multi-millionaires before True Trading Group. I share that to share with you this. $5,000, $1,000, $10,000, even though I have a lot of money, it's still a lot of money to me. Mike, $5,000 still a lot of money to you?
Yeah, it's $5,000.
But why? You have millions.
Yeah, I mean, $5,000 is $5,000.
So I see people that, now let me ask you a question, Mike. If you were going into an investment or you were trading and you were losing $5,000 on a trade and then you lost another $5,000 on some investment, would you keep throwing $5,000 at it?
No.
Why not?
Crazy to do the same thing over and over and expect a different result.
I actually believe that that's the exact definition of insanity. The definition of insanity is repeating the same thing and expecting a different result. That is the definition of insanity. Okay? There are members that come in here and they go ahead and they go down these incredible amounts of money. Okay? Paul S. says, I learned that from my AA meetings. Paul, I will have 17 years clean in NA in August 5th. So that's where I learned it from too, brother. All right? Now let me explain. So I did a Zoom meeting today. I went into chat today, and instead of brushing people under the rug and saying, hey, I don't want to, I don't want to, hear that you guys are struggling. I don't want to, we want to just kind of brush under the rug. I said, anyone that has a problem with TTG or anyone that is losing money, come in the meeting room. Turns out we had a big tech issue today in chat. It happens to the best of us. Okay. It lasted about 45 minutes to an hour. But what I did was, before it went down, or right as it was going down, I gave out a Zoom link to those that were in the meeting room with us. Okay. And I went in there and we spent about 2 hours going over issues that they were having and how we can improve the platform. Why do I do that? Why do we do that, Mike? Do we get any more money out of them for that?
No.
No. Do we I don't know. Is it because they're referring a bunch of people to us? No, it isn't. It's weird. Do we typically use it in marketing material? No, sure don't. So we do it because we care. We do it because we care. All right. So, and I got to tell you, there was a handful of people that were, there were a handful of people in that meeting that were great. There were some that just wanted to have you have some people that perpetually want to complain to the manager. It's like all they want to do is complain to the manager. But you have a lot of people. That were in there that really, really wanted to contribute because they genuinely like being here.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is that we go over and we talk to these people, and and then we come up with some great stuff. We go back into the room, we get the room working again. Today was a very stressful day, but it's crazy because I see some of the messages that are, that come through, and it's okay. I mean, Mike, true or false, losing is a part of trading, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
No way around it.
All right. So just correct me if I'm wrong. It is absolutely foolish to believe that you are going to sign up for True Trading Group and never take another losing trade ever again.
Impossible.
Okay. Now, if you were to go ahead and be in True Trade, and so let me get back to the original question. If you kept losing 5,000, would you keep spending the money?
No.
But why?
I mean, I would reassess why I continue to lose $5,000.
But why? But so you would probably stop investing the $5,000.
Yeah.
Okay. The point I want to make is that even though Mike and I are well off financially, there is not a shot in hell that I would continue to throw $5,000 at something until I get to numbers like 20 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand before I go ahead, raise my hand and say, hey, I need help. Or, hey, you know what? I'm going to stop for a minute. Because you're just gambling at that point. You have a problem. If you're down, people come and say, oh, I've been with TTG for 6 months. I'm down 50 grand. I've never talked to you. I have no idea how you got there. We have no idea what your problem is. The hell are you talking about?
Yeah. You guys can't be, it's like I come on here, I always say welcome to the family. We actually care about everybody. That's not just for show, folks. It genuinely bothers me when I see someone that is struggling. Now, listen, I understand that the reality is we're not going to have a 100% success rate. That's physically impossible. But it still bothers me.
And by the way, guys, Mike, am I healthy right now?
Are you healthy?
Yeah. Am I at peak health at the moment?
No. Adam
No.
actually, you want me to say it or?
Yeah, I don't care.
Adam actually has COVID right now. And he's still on this live stream with me right now, talking to you guys when he could easily just be home resting. But this is important to him. It's important to me, and it's important to us to have these discussions with you guys. I mean, it really bothers me when I see people that are really struggling. And like I said, I know there will always be people that struggle, but you guys don't need to wait until shit hits the fan for you to reach out to us. Like, instead of sending Adam an email like, hey, I've been with, I'm down 50 grand. I'm done. I'm out of here. Why wait to send an email of anger and frustration when you could have, instead of at 6 months, maybe at the 2 month or 3 month mark, be like, hey, and instead of sending an email out of anger and frustration, send an email out of like concern and searching for guidance and for help, and say, hey, Adam, I've been with your training group for 2 or 3 months. I'm not really doing well. I'm down like 15 grand, and I've been going through the courses. There's a couple things that still don't make sense to me. Is there any extra help that you can help provide? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Why wait until you wave the white flag? You don't have to look at trading like, I'm going to go and I'm going to do this. And, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Like, this is a process, ladies and gentlemen. This is not like, do you think Tom Brady, the GOAT, greatest quarterback of all time, just retired, right? And I'm a Giants fan, and I can openly say Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time, hands down. It's not even an argument. Joe Montana, 49er fans, I'm sorry, sit. He's the greatest quarterback of all time. But do you think that there was not any point throughout his career that he went to his coaching staff, and said, hey, I need help with this, or I don't understand this defense, or I'm trying to get better throwing the ball deeper? Like, does anybody not think that he ever at a point in his career was like having a hard time? We're here for a reason. Anything that you're dealing with, anything that you're struggling with, any problems that you're having, any hole you're in, trust me, folks, I've been there. The other moderators, trust me, they've been there. I don't want anybody to feel like embarrassed or too proud or whatever to not ask for help. I'd much rather you come to me and say, hey, I'm not doing well, rather than come to me and say, hey, I didn't do well. Because there's a big difference. I'm not doing well is present tense. That means you're still in this.
And Mike, what would you say to the people that say, because look, True Trading Group, the annual membership for True Trading Group includes all of the courses, all future courses, all tools, all future tools. But we have a lifetime membership that's more money. We have an STR add-on for annual members that costs a little bit more money. What would you say to people, Mike, that say we only, ever since we added STR, we only care about, STR and lifetime members? What would you have to say to that?
That's nonsense. That's completely not true at all. I mean, we still do red to green workshops every single month. We do red to green workshops where any member of any level can send us topics that they're struggling with or things they don't understand. And we host like a 2-hour-long workshop about those topics specifically. You guys, you can send emails. We have a chat support. Like, you can at moderators throughout the course of the day. You can join a private study group. I mean, there's so many different things. If we didn't care about annual members, Adam and I wouldn't be here right now.
No, I would be home. I would be in my bed, done for the day, not giving a shit. It is it's really, really, it's one of those things, people, look, there's a lot of people in here. I don't have anything to ask. We have a really high retention rate at True Trading Group. It's the mid 70s. It is not normal Okay? It is not normal to have it like that. Okay? When we started True Trading Group, you know what Mike, what did we give away instead of laptops?
One-on-ones.
Mm-hmm. We gave away one-on-ones when we had 300 people, right? 400 people, 500 people, 600 people, right? True Trading Group is a business. Mike and I are not doing this because we're like saints and we want to be, sitting next to Moses and Jesus on both sides like this, hanging out in the afterlife. We're doing this to build a business. And I'm sorry if that makes some of you guys uncomfortable or whatever, but that's the truth. I wonder how many people are going to look you in your face and tell you that.
We have 23 employees now.
This is a business, folks. And you want it to be a business. You want it to be a business because you want us to to have the resources to back you the way a business should. You want this to be a business. You want to be able to pay your money and get what you pay for and then some. You want a charity? Go on some other YouTube channel that disguises themselves as a saint only to get to upsell you later on. You want this to be a business. Now, as a business, there's growth. Growth happens in business. If things go well, if things continue, right, Mike? If things continue to go well, there's growth that happens in business. Guess what? Yes, 2 years ago, you could have gotten a one-on-one with Mike when you signed up. It is physically impossible to offer that to every single new member that signs up. We have over 9,000 members. There isn't enough hours in a year for that to take place. So instead of Mike, let me ask you a question real quick. Actually, let's do this. Guys, real quick in chat. If you could sit with a professional trader to walk you through your trades one-on-one for between an hour to 2 hours, what is that worth to you guys for about an hour? What is that worth? Type in a number. What's that worth to you? How much would you pay per hour? $5,000, $10,000, $2,000 an hour, 5K minimum, 500, 1,000, 2,500, 1,000, 200, 10K, 5K, 1K. Let's call, Mike, let's split the difference. Let's call it, I don't know, $2,000. Okay? Let's call it $2,000. We're going to call it $2,000. If we charged for one-on-ones individually, that would be $2,000 a one-on-one. That is insane.
That's crazy.
Nobody can afford that, and it's not right. So
I would not even be comfortable charging someone.
So what do? We have a lifetime membership that we usually charge after all discounts and everything else. It comes out to like between $5,000 to $7,000, something like that. And you get 4 one-on-ones per year for life. With no maintenance fee every year, with nothing. Just you pay that last payment, you're done, and you get 4 one-on-ones with any mod of your choosing for life 4 times a year. That's a better deal than charging even $1,000 a one-on-one. So yes, we have a lifetime membership where we charge and you get one-on-ones and like there's other things too, but that's it. But that makes sense. That makes sense. And then we have STR. The STR is an annual add-on, right? Yeah, that lifetime fee is a one-time fee. There's no annual maintenance fee or any of that bull crap. All right. And to take it even a step further, the STR membership that we have, okay, the STR membership that we have, which lifetime membership includes STR, it's the more advanced members that we have that all get together to help each other succeed after hours, on holidays, on the weekends, right? Because all of our members that were more experienced wanted to be able to congregate in a place and be able to work with one another after hours and be able to do more study groups and things like that. Well, guess what? Every person that works at True Trading Group as a trading mod is an employee. Okay? That means that they are not there because they're volunteering their time like this is PETA. Okay? This is not like indentured servitude is no longer a thing. Like, that's been stopped. Right, Mike? Last time I checked, that shit's over.
I think so.
So if I want somebody like Jason Simmons, who is there at 7 a.m. every single day, to stay and work till 9 o'clock at night, guess what? That costs money. That costs money, my guys and girls. So now there is a big difference between price gouging, right, and charging 5,000, like other groups, and charging 5,000 for this or 20,000 for that, and saying, hey, you want to be a part of STR? No problem. No problem. $500, $800, depending on where we're at. The average is right around $800. That's a problem? That covers our costs and makes sure that you guys get everything that you get. Also, it's not for everyone. You shouldn't sign up for True Trading Group and immediately want to do STR or lifetime membership. You don't sign up day one and want to do those things. You got to feel it out. You got to see if it's for you. You get so much with the annual membership. It's insane. So you don't need to do those extras. And by no means does anybody get ignored or pushed to the side because they are not those memberships, and we are tired of hearing it. It is such a slap in the face of what it is that we do. If you go ahead and you sign up for True Trading Group, do not send me an email or send Mike an email after. Hold on one second. After we go ahead, after you go ahead and you're down tens of thousands of dollars, because at that point, we can't do anything. It's done at that point. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Mike, what are you going to do at that point?
Damage control. It's like...
all we can do. We're not going to give you money.
Yeah. Damage control. Try to see what mistakes were made, try to make adjustments, try to get them back on track. It's like, a lot of times when I do talk to people and I have these one-on-ones and someone is like, hey, yeah, I'm down this money or whatever. It's like, depending on how it happened, a lot of people I talk to a lot of people that are down a lot of money and then join True Trading Group, and they're down a lot of money from something else, like whatever it is that they did, whether they held on to something they weren't supposed to, or they were following some other alert service or something like that. And I always tell people, it's like, listen, if you lost all of that money before you got yourself educated, before you went through courses, before you passed quizzes and actually had a better professional understanding of how to do this, I tell them, you got to just forget about it. You got to chalk it up as, as not, you have to separate the difference between money that you're down gambling and money that you're down trading, because there's a big difference. And a lot of people think that, just because you're buying and selling stocks or options that you're trading. And that's not true. A lot of people that buy and sell stocks and options are gambling, and they're not actually trading, because you don't actually know what you're doing. It's like if you lost, $10, $20, $50,000 trading, but you have never gotten education, you have no idea what you're doing. Well, you didn't lose that money trading. You lost that money gambling. You got to chalk that up as like you went to Vegas and had a really bad week, and that's how you lost that money. But a lot of people will try to, make that, they feel like, okay, well, I lost 50 grand or I lost 10 grand or 20 grand trading. Now I've got to make that money back trading. You have to separate the two events, because yes, although you're buying and selling stocks and options, you're doing the same activity. You're not doing the same thing. It's you're gambling versus trading. And a lot of times when people are in those big holes, that's where I try to help them come to that realization. And you have to start over. You got to start fresh. You can't think like, hey, I have to make this money back. No, it's your trading journey starts now. You might have been trading buying and selling stocks and options. You might have been doing that for a year. Your trading journey starts today. You were gambling for a year. There's a big difference. And as soon as you get educated, you learn that very quickly.
I got another question real quick. Guys, do me a favor. Who in here is an entrepreneur that owns their own business? And tell me what you do if you own your own business. Let me know. Let me know the name of the bit, not the name, but the type of business, what it is that you do. Boat mechanic, realtor, loan signer, construction, bakery, appraising. I own a laser engraving business, potter and realtor, film production, real estate. Okay, cool. Let me ask you this. The bakery is a great example, right? The bakery is a good example. If I order a cake from you, right? All right, guys, we got it. Here we go. Hang on. I got a couple good examples. If I order a cake from the bakery and I order a very specific kind of cake, you make the cake, I taste test it, I approve it, everything's good, right? And then I bring it home and I eat the whole cake in one sitting, and I feel uncomfortably full and I'm uncomfortable and it made me sick. And I come back and say, hey, your cake made me sick. I want a refund. You think it's fair to give that person a refund for their cake? Yes or no? Okay. So then why the hell am I going to refund you for blowing up your account 30 days, 60 days, 90 days into your membership? Why? You don't think we have costs? We baked you your cake. You taste tested it. You liked it. What am I missing, Mike?
That's a good analogy.
Thanks, man.
It's, people, you got to be real with.
Yeah, like, did our cake make you sick?
Right.
Or did what you did with our cake made you sick?
Right. Because a normal person that would go through and eat that cake little by little, or maybe share that cake with other people, they all would have had a fantastic experience and thought it was a wonderful cake. You guys, you have to be honest with yourselves about, and this is why I keep saying, reach out for help, because you have to understand what is going wrong. And you can't just sit there and be like, oh, well, I lost money, therefore it's True Trading Group's fault. No. I see the trading performance of all of our professional traders and our moderators in chat. We have a collective win rate of over 80%. I see the results.
Real quick, Mrs. J. Jenkins says, you all said you can get your money back after your first year. That's true.
Yeah, that is true.
And we do that. But my issue that I have with people is stuff like this. I'm not going to say any names, but let me read you an email. Okay, this person signed up 30 days ago. SUGE and family, this is really, really not for me. I lost 50% on my account as of today. The last 2 trades I took made me realize this is not for me. Thanks for the community, but I have to stop as my discipline and stress level around this is just not normal. Thank you. Nope. Not how it works. That is not how it works, ladies and gentlemen.
I wonder how many courses that person went through in 30 days.
I have to look it up. Probably none.
Yep, exactly.
I am not doing it. So if you want to sign up, sign up. It's a year. If after 1 year you send us that email, it's a very different reply. We will bend over backwards to help you. We make it so Joe, pull up the sales page for a second. Scroll down, Joe. Go to the money back guarantee part. Guys, I'm going to read this. Complete all courses and pass all exams with an 85% or higher. Complete 1 free small private study group. And in 1 year, if you don't make the cost of your subscription back at least one time, we will give you a full refund plus $1,320, and you keep the laptop. And guess what, Joe? Move your mouse underneath where it says money back guarantee refund policy, underneath the telephone number. Does that look like small, Mike? I can't tell because I'm getting old, but does that look like small text to you?
Sure does not. Same size text.
Does that look like small text to you? Unreal.
So, yeah.
The point is that we don't want to see anyone get hurt. If you are down money, a lot of money, stop. I can't tell you what to do with your money. I'm not a licensed financial provider, and I'm not going to go ahead and pretend to be one.
You're not a financial provider?
I'm not a licensed financial provider. Are you?
Well, I mean, I'm a financial provider. Yes, in fact, I am. So are you. You're not a licensed financial advisor.
Oh,
advisor.
You are
a financial provider.
That is true. I will tell you.
Sorry, lightening the mood a bit.
If you are and people say, "Oh, my losses are my fault." That's fine. So, what do you want, a cookie because you're not blaming us? I don't care if the losses are your fault.
I don't want you guys to experience.
We don't want you to lose.
Exactly.
You shouldn't have to lose 50 grand.
Right.
You shouldn't have to lose 20 grand. You know how much freaking money and time we put into this to give you guys options? Nah. Doesn't matter if it's your fault or our fault or the dog's fault or whose fault. Who cares? All right. That's all. Stop trading if you are losing copious amounts of money. Stop trading and ask for help. Do not come to us and ask us what to do after you're down tens of thousands of dollars. There's nothing that we can do except damage control at that point.
And please use the simulator. Okay, it is there for a reason, so that you guys can prove to yourselves that you could make money on a consistent basis. It is there so that you can practice implementing what you're learning in the courses, so that any mistakes that you do make in the beginning, no harm, no foul. Make the mistakes with fake money so you know what you need to do differently, so you don't make those mistakes with real money. So many people could avoid those type of losses if you just start on the simulator. Like I say, I tell everyone that's new. Now listen, if you're an experienced trader, this is a different story. You join True Trading Group and you're already a profitable trader. Jump right in. The water's fine. Let's rock and roll. Let's start trading together. But if you are new, or if you're not new but you're still not profitable, recognize that that's pretty similar to the same thing. Go on the simulator, please. It's there for a very specific reason. It's there for the entire length of your membership. It doesn't cost you anything to use it. We have it for a reason. We pay a lot of money to have that simulator on the platform with real-time data. A lot of simulators are delayed. We have real-time data on that simulator that lets you trade stocks and options. We as a business pay a lot of money for that. So it's the same simulator that's used at different universities across the country, like Cal State University, Fullerton, University of Wisconsin, Whitewater, Berkeley Haas, and Illinois Tech. They all use that simulator in their curriculum. It's not cheap. Okay, we pay a lot of money for that. We don't charge you for it. Use it. Okay. All right, folks. All right. So,
more. I just, hopefully everyone's on the same page. And don't kid yourself. When we asked people, there were 3,000 people in chat today. 3,000 people in chat. Okay?
Yeah.
When we asked people in chat if you had a problem with TTG or losing money, out of 3,000 to go into the meeting room, out of 3,000 people, there were 124 people that went.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good. And this whole ordeal that we're talking to you about tonight is based on those people.
Yeah.
It was more important for us to come on here tonight and talk to you about that. And let's assume that there were a handful of people in a trade or not there or whatever. So you know what, Mike? Let's round up. Let's call it 200.
Yeah, call it 200.
Call it 200. It was more important for us to come on tonight and talk about that for the sake of 200 people than it was to come on here and hype up Mike's SPY trade or talk about how you can make money with Facebook. And we're going to do all that anyways. But to start it off this way in front of everyone.
It's about 6% of people that were in chat, if we round up to 200.
Because guess what? The vast majority of people in True Trading Group are making money and becoming better traders. And if you don't believe us, Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, we'll prove it. Guys, my TG fam, those of you that are on the live stream right now, if you are a member, if you're making money, you guys are becoming better traders. I want you to type the number 1 in chat right now. Type the number 1 in chat right now. If you guys are making money, I want to know. Since we just went over this entire spiel, I'd like for you guys to now, you guys stand up here now and you guys represent for the majority of the members that are doing well. And the thing that I will say is that the people that are typing the number 1 in chat right now and the people that are doing well, folks, I'm telling you, man, they're not smarter than the people that are struggling. They're not even necessarily, better, just natural born traders than the people that are struggling. It's just that these people are putting in the work. They're going through the courses. They're passing the quizzes, and they're asking questions. And if they're struggling, they're seeking help. They're trading on the simulator at first. They're going through the process. They're actually utilizing the program that they're subscribing to. That's how it works. There's no shortcuts. Don't try to cut corners. Don't try to get rich quick. A lot of people out there's a lot of people on YouTube even that they promise you like they have a secret. It's like, hey, follow me and I'm going to show you the secret. And it's nonsense. They're feeding into your desire for instant gratification. And I will be the first person to tell you that when it comes to investing and it comes to the stock market, your desire for instant gratification is going to cause you to miss out on wealth building opportunities. And that is a fact. So stop trying to find the person out there that can predict the future. Stop trying to find the person that has unlocked the mysteries of the stock market. Stop being lazy. Stop looking for shortcuts. Get educated. Listen to people that have more experience and success with something than you have. If I'm telling you guys to do something, it's for a reason, not just because I just get joy out of barking orders at people. No, it's because I'm telling you that this is what will work. It's not just for fun. I'm not telling you to go through the courses and make sure you pass the quizzes so you understand what you know, what you don't know, and start in the simulator. I'm not just telling you that just for the sake of hearing myself speak. It's because I think that that's going to give you the best chance to become successful. And at the end of the day, that is what I want. I want each and every single one of you to be successful. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do this every single freaking day if I didn't.
No.
Okay. Anyway.
All right. That's it. So tomorrow in chat, anyone mentions something like this, I'm directing them to this live stream. That's it. We've said our piece.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to let you go now.
All right, man.
I'm going to go home.
All right. We're going to talk about Facebook SPY, and then I'll run through what the platform is, and we'll take it from there. All right. Okay, guys. So a nice little heart-to-heart, getting real kind of discussion there in the beginning. But let's now dive in. Let's talk about Facebook. Let's talk about Facebook. Let's talk about the SPY because Facebook was a disaster. Okay, Facebook is currently down 21% here after hours after a horrendous earnings call. Now, to talk to you guys about what happened with Facebook, let's actually, let me explain what happened and why the stock is down as much as they are. And I'll pull up what we have here. Okay. So their earnings dropped more than forecasted in Q4. and their Q1 revenue guidance is under what analysts are expecting. And that's the real problem here. The guidance is the killer. Okay. Their Q4 earnings were $3.67 a share. Well, analyst consensus was $3.83 a share. That's problem number one. Problem number two is that their active users were 1.93 billion versus the expectation of 1.95 billion. Okay. And then you had 2.91 billion versus 2.93 billion for monthly. So they missed on monthly users. They missed on daily users. They missed on earnings per share. And the big issue, Q1 revenue guidance comes in about 27 to 29 billion versus analyst expectations of 30.2 billion. And the company cited major headwinds on both impression growth and price growth. Facebook has a real problem. They do not have the youth at all. They are losing the youth, or rather maybe not losing the youth. They're not getting the youth. Okay, the younger generation is not using Facebook to the same extent that my generation and older generations are using Facebook. And it's really starting to show. So these are the problems that you're seeing in Facebook. And that's why Facebook just dropped so heavily. And I think expectations were high for Facebook, considering what Google just did. Google just blew earnings out of the water. Apple blew earnings out of the water. And I think everybody just expected the rest of FANG to fall in line, minus Netflix. I don't really even consider that. We got to come up with a new name for FANG, because I don't feel like Netflix should be in there anymore. Really, it should be FAMG. Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Google. I don't think Netflix ever really deserved to be in that batch. Nowhere near the juggernaut that Microsoft and Google and Apple are. So, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So that's what happened with Facebook. Okay, so Facebook got gutted. All right, now Facebook is down into a major level of support, so it's going to be very interesting if Facebook breaks this level. The mid 240s is major support. Major support. It was your prior all-time highs in 2020. When we broke above it, you can see for the entire 2021 and the rest of 2020, that became support, and now we are right back at that level. That is a major level of support. But this is really bad earnings. So I don't know if that level is going to hold. You're definitely going to get some people that are going to buy at that level, because this is a major discount. Okay, this stock is down significantly from its highs. This is a major support level. So you are going to get some buyers there. But, you've seen other companies break major support levels on bad earnings, Netflix being one of them. Netflix major support was 460. We broke that during earnings. And then you had PayPal. PayPal had major support at 140. It broke that during earnings. So a really bad fundamental catalyst will always supersede any type of technical level. And you just blasted right through those support levels. Why? Because there's something fundamentally wrong with the company. And that's why you're breaking through those levels. So Facebook is right at that level. And do we break it? I'm not really sure, folks. I'm really not. I kind of feel that, Facebook may get down lower than where we are right now, because I, for one, believe that the overall markets are not done going down this year. And I think if Facebook is going to be weakened, if the markets do take another leg down, maybe when the Fed starts hiking rates, I think Facebook can maybe drop towards 220. But Facebook has a problem on their hands with this younger generation, and they've got to do something to fix it. even with Instagram, yes, they own Instagram and the younger generation does use Instagram, but not to the same extent as they do TikTok. I don't use TikTok. I also don't use Facebook. I've actually never had a Facebook. I've never had a TikTok. I have an Instagram, but I haven't posted anything since 2016. I'm a very I like my life private, in case you guys haven't figured that out by now. I don't like anybody knowing what the hell I'm doing. If I want you to know what I'm doing, you'll know. That's just me. But, this is a problem for the overall markets now, because the markets have been rallying these last couple of days on the back of really strong earnings. And it started with Apple, and then it was Google, and it was AMD, and you had really, really, really good earnings. You had Apple surge, right? You had Google, gap up to all-time highs today and then just sell off this entire sell-off. I mean, this is a brutal day, actually. For us to drop from, $3,040 and drop all the way down to $2,900, that's a significant pullback away from all-time highs. AMD sold off its earnings gap up too, from 130 all the way down to 120. So you're getting a lot of these gap ups are actually getting sold, and that to me is worrisome. AMD crushed earnings. Google crushed earnings. To see those stocks trade lower today after their big gap ups, to me, is a little concerning. And then when I go ahead and I take a look at the SPY, and I realize I look at the SPY here, and the SPY is right at a major level of resistance. And that major level of resistance is right here. You can see this previous pivot low from early January and this purple line, which is the 100-day moving average. And you'll see that 100-day moving average has previously been an area of support for the markets over the last couple of months. So to me, this becomes problematic, because I believe that the entire reason why the markets moved higher these last couple of days was because of really good earnings. That's really the only positive thing the markets have going for it from a fundamental standpoint, is really strong earnings. Now, when I say that's the only thing, I don't mean to downplay it, because earnings are extremely important. Extremely important. Okay. The point that I'm getting at is, if you start to see weaker earnings, then the markets don't really have enough to hang on to continue higher. Because don't forget, February 16th, we're going to get the Fed minutes. Then in March, you're going to get a rate hike. And all the while, we're going to hope and pray that inflation slows down. Well, what happens if inflation doesn't slow down? The Fed minutes are more hawkish. They raise rates in March, and earnings are not as good as Google, AMD, and Apple were. What if more earnings are like PayPal, Netflix, and Facebook? What happens when Microsoft reports earnings? What about Amazon? What happens when those companies all start reporting? Are they going to be more like Apple and Google? Or are they going to be more like PayPal and Netflix? Because if you start to get more PayPal, Netflix, and Facebook earnings, this market's not going to stay here. You're going to roll it back down and get back underneath that 200-day moving average. And then you have the Fed minutes. And I think there's a much more likely scenario that the markets will not like what's in the Fed minutes than like what's in the Fed minutes. So we need earnings to stay Google, Apple, AMD. You need that in order for this bounce to hold. The markets the last couple of days felt very much like it was on very solid footing. Now, I don't really know how else to explain that feeling other than just, my 17 years of experience, where that bounce in the markets felt very solid, meaning like it wasn't just like an air pocket. It wasn't just like a rubber band snapback and there's nothing underneath it. That move higher Friday, Monday, Tuesday felt solid. Felt like there was what we call there's a bid underneath that market, meaning like any pullback, there's a lot of buying there to hold it and push it higher. And if you felt that the last couple of days, and I think that was because of earnings. If you take earnings away, I don't know what's going to be underneath us when you go back down to retest the 200-day. So I'm actually very interested to see now if a lot of the people that came in and bought the last couple of days, do they look at these bad earnings as isolated company-specific situations? Do we look at the Facebook earnings report as just Facebook and nothing that is broad-reaching? I think that answer actually is yes. I do think the Facebook issue is isolated to Facebook. It's company-specific. It's not like a general issue. You know, Apple would be more of a general market economic worry if they missed earnings, because it's more of a consumer product that would show you that either supply chain issues, inflation, price of goods and price of materials, and a weaker consumer not buying their products. That's why when Apple beat earnings, it was so significant, because it really showed you that, like, holy shit, there's still that much demand for iPhones and for MacBooks and for watches and the earbuds. That shows a really strong consumer. Facebook is not necessarily something that's showing you a sign that the consumer is weakening or that the economy is slowing. It's very specific to, hey, Facebook, you're having problems advertising ever since Apple with their iOS change. That really messed up Facebook with their marketing and their advertising. And you saw that in their last earnings report. You saw that Facebook had a hard time with that. But now they're also showing you that they're losing some traffic. So that's isolated to Facebook. You know, Netflix, PayPal, that's a little bit more of the overall economy and the overall consumer. So you need to pay attention to these other companies that start coming out. But then you had AMD. AMD came out and that's, hey, if AMD is strong and the semiconductor business is strong and they're avoiding supply chain disruptions, that's good. So the market has a very tough job right now. The market has to try to sift through the earnings that are good and bad, because it's a mixed bag. You're not getting all good or all bad. You're getting some good, some bad, but then what does that tell you about the overall economy and therefore the overall market? The market has a very tough job right now. That's why going forward now, I think earnings the next 2 days is going to be even more important than they were the last 2 days. Because with the mixed bag, the market's going to look for signs that, are these bad earnings isolated problems, company specific, or is it more of a systemic issue? And is Apple and Google, are they the outlier? Are they just the global juggernauts? Are they the outlier that are just immune to any type of slowdown because they're just that big and just that much a part of our everyday lives, but everything else is having a hard time? Are they the outlier? That's what the market's going to be looking for these next 2 days as more and more big companies start reporting earnings. But I'm telling you now, I believe that bounce in the overall markets was earnings based, and it started with Apple and it followed through with Google and AMD. But if you start taking that away, you're going to find yourselves back to 442 on the SPY before you know it. And that'll be the 200-day moving average test. Then maybe you flirt around there, you bounce around a little bit, some buying steps in the 200-day. Then all of a sudden you're going to wake up and you say, oh shit, it's February 16th. The Fed minutes are coming out. That's why earnings these next couple of days are going to be so important. So I, for one, believe the markets pull back away from 457. I think the markets will trade back down in the low 450s, high 440s tomorrow. I think that you do get a little bit of some shakiness because of those earnings. I do think it will scare people a little bit. I think the buying pressure you saw the last 3 days, I think that buying pressure will slow down. I don't necessarily think that the selling pressure really gets very aggressive. I just think the buying slows down and the markets drift a little bit back down towards that 200-day over the next couple of days. Okay, and I'm going to look for that action. I looked for that action the last 2 days. The last 2 days, my trading day was exactly the same. I made money on puts in the morning. I lost money on puts in the afternoon. My last 2 trading days were exactly the same. SPY puts in the morning, profit. SPY puts in the afternoon, lost some money. Literally was exactly the same. Yesterday, I was able to make a lot more on the morning trade. where I still had a really solid green day yesterday. Today, the money that I lost in the afternoon, it really just wiped out my profits in the morning. And today was a very small, like a non-event type of day for my P&L. It was less than one standard deviation of my risk per trade, which, you know, whenever I have a day like that, I consider that like a non-event type of day, because my P&L really hasn't moved from like overall. So that's kind of where I found myself today. But I'm still leaning now towards it, that my thoughts haven't changed. My thoughts are still puts, to see if we get a pullback back down towards that 200 day now, especially since you're starting to get some whiffs of some weaker earnings. Okay. So all right, guys. All right, so that's it, folks. Okay, so those are kind of that's like my thought process with regards to Facebook and earnings, and with regards to the overall markets. I hope this was helpful. Okay, I do hope that this was helpful as we kind of broke this down. I know we talked a lot about in the beginning of the live stream. I know we talked a lot about you know, some heart-to-heart issues, but I hope that this was helpful. Okay, I hope that this was helpful for you guys. I don't have a code word. Adam handles that. Adam's gone. He went home to rest. He does have COVID. So Adam went home to rest. So I don't have any code words for you guys. I do apologize. Okay, I don't have any code words for you. I do apologize. All right. And the code words, that's for my members, folks. We do a lot of giveaways with members, where we give away cash, we give away electronics, and the code words that we give out on some of these live streams, it's part of one of those giveaways. If you're not a member, don't worry about it. You don't know what I'm talking about. But for my current members, guys, I'm sorry, I don't have the code word. Okay, but I do hope that this discussion about that we had earlier, I hope was helpful, and I hope this analysis regarding Facebook earnings and the overall markets, I also do hope that was helpful for you guys as well. What I would like to do now is I'd like to see who's still with me right now in the live stream. If you're here and you're not a member of True Trading Group, folks, do me a favor and type TTG in. Oh, wait, guys, I do have a code word. Hold on. Adam literally just messaged me from the abyss. He must be listening to the live stream. Guys, I'm sorry. So I do have a code word. Adam is sending it to me now. Stand by. Okay, guys, listen, the code word. I'm sorry. The code word, he must be listening to the live stream. He's probably driving home, or maybe he just got home. The code word is risk management. Risk management. All right, the code word is risk management. Again, this is only for members. If you are a member, this is for you. Code word is risk management. Okay, risk management. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, risk management. Okay, so now let me go back to what I was saying before. If you are on this live stream right now and you are not a member of True Trading Group, type the letters TTG in chat right now. Type the letters TTG in chat right now. All right, let's see. Who do we got? Mark King, the TX Stang, Blade, Kevin, Lee Wright, Patrice, Morm, Duff, Miss James, Tom E, Jeanette Brown. Beautiful. Excellent, guys. What about the second code? I see a lot of people asking for a second code word. I don't know. Maybe that's it. Risk management. Adam just messaged me and said code word. Oh, wait, he's texting me again. Yeah, that's it. It's risk management, guys. So that's both of them. Risk management. That's both of them. All right. So it is risk management. Okay. All right. Okay, folks. All right, guys, listen. So for those of you that are typing TTG in chat right now, for those of you that are not members, okay, let me go over with you guys. I want to show you the platform that is True Trading Group, because you actually do have an opportunity right now to join True Trading Group. We have some discounts and incentives that are available for you that I want to make sure you guys are well aware of. Okay, because as a member of TTG, okay, as a member of the platform, you're going to be getting immediate access to well over $4,000 worth of premium trading tools from some of the top financial companies that are out there. Our curriculum, community, and our premium tools is what makes us a platform. Okay. The next 17 people to join True Trading Group, all right, will be getting themselves not only a 40% discount, because the price is normally $2,212. Okay. But you'll be getting a 40% discount, which brings the price all the way down to just $1,315. But you can get started today for just $1,050. That's it. $1,050 today can get you started. You'll owe us $270 6 months from now. We do that. We break it up into this two-pay system because I want to make sure that it remains within reach financially for most people. It should not cost $5,000, $7,000, $10,000 to get access to this information, these tools. Now, we have to, okay, move the price of our membership up because the tools and resources that are on the platform, we pay for them. So we negotiate the deals with Trade Ideas, TradingView, Quote Media, Benzinga. We negotiate deals with those companies. We pay for their services to put them on our platform so that our members can use them. We don't charge you for it. So we try the best we can to make sure that our platform remains within reach, because if you paid for these tools and resources on your own, you're spending probably $4,000 or $5,000 a year just for those tools. That doesn't include like our courses, the trade alerts, our chat room, the workshops, the one-on-ones, the study groups, like none of that. Just if you wanted the tools from those companies, that's what you would pay. So we do this two-pay system to make sure it's within reach financially. So you can get started, full access, unrestricted. You get access to literally everything for just $1,050. You'll owe us $270 in 6 months. You just have to go to TTG2pay.com. That's TTG2pay.com, and you'll get the 40% off. You only put $10.50 down to get started. You get full access, but you're also going to get 2 small private study groups with one of the pros at True Trading Group, so you guys can ask questions, go over lessons and topics that you're having a hard time with. And the next 17 people to go to TTG2pay.com and sign up will also get a brand new free laptop. Adam actually bought these earlier on his own dime. Okay. So you guys can thank him. This is before he kind of got really frustrated with some stuff today. So you guys are lucky that he's still doing it. But there are 17 laptops for the next 17 people that join with TTG2Pay. That's totally free. We're even going to cover the shipping costs, but we'll give you that free laptop when you become TTG certified. That means you've gone through all of our courses and you've passed our quizzes. Becoming certified is a badge of honor for members. It means you've gone through a professional level of curriculum and education, similar to what I did when I worked at the fund in New York. You get a green check mark next to your username. You also get a certificate. You can print it out and hang it on your wall. Okay, it's a real badge of honor for our members. All right, so again, TTG2pay.com. You get a 40% discount. You can join for just $10.50 today. You'll get 2 private study groups. You get a free laptop and also a double your money back guarantee. TTG is the home to the double your money back guarantee. What does that mean? I believe so strongly in our ability to help you become successful as long as you put in a little bit of energy and effort. When I say energy and effort, I don't need 40 hours a week. Give me a couple hours a week, and I think that with our program and our help, you can become successful. And I believe that so much so that I put my money where my mouth is. And that's why anyone that joins True Trading Group, as long as you go through all of our courses, pass the quizzes, and attend one study group, if you do those 3 things and never make your membership fee back, not even once during your year membership, then at the end of your year membership, I will not just give you the $1,320 back. I'm going to give you double that, $2,640. Yes, I'm not kidding. So I'm sorry, guys. I misspoke. I said 1315 earlier on the live stream, I believe. It's 1320. Okay? It's 1320. I believe I misspoke earlier on the live stream. Okay? So I will not just give you the 1320 back. I will give you back double it, $2,640. But you have to be willing to put in a little effort. Do not send us an email in 30 days and say, hey, I didn't make any money. I want all my money back. I'm going to say, no, that's not the way that the money back guarantee works. I'm very clear about this. Trading is not a get rich quick scheme. You've got to be willing to actually put in some work. And if you are, my team and I at True Trading Group will be there with you every single step of the way to walk you through the process. And we're going to give you the education, the tools, the resources, the guidance, and mentorship to do so. So that's the double your money back guarantee. And even with that, we've only had to refund 1.73% of our members. That's it, 1.73%. Okay? I told you results matter. Results matter. Your results actually matter. Not mine, not anybody else's, because guess what? Who cares? I can make $2 million this year. Is that going to matter? Is that going to pay your bills? No. I can make as much money as I want, but am I able to help you make money? Am I able to educate you to the point where you can not only understand what I'm doing, you can follow what I'm doing, but you can also identify profitable opportunities on your own so that you don't make other mistakes? Your results matter, not anybody else's. Because guess what? I'm not paying your bills. Your results are quantifiable, and that's why we offer that double your money back guarantee. TTG, the number 2, PAY.com. Jump on it now. Let me show you everything that comes with the platform, because we are a platform. We're not just a chat with courses. Don't confuse us with other companies and programs that are out there. So to go through it, of course, you're getting access to our chat room. Our chat room, the moderators and I, there's myself plus eight other professional traders that share their screen with you, so you see what we see. We are live on the microphone. We're talking you through all of our trade setups. We're talking you through the market analysis and market commentary every step of the way. We're there with you from pre-market till after hours. You're going to get a minimum of at least 10 easy-to-follow, actionable, real-time trade alerts per week from a community of traders sporting over an 80% win rate. We are fully transparent. There's a journal on our website that tracks every buy and sell that our moderators make, so you can see the wins and losses for yourself and see if you were following the alerts, how would you be doing? Then you're going to get the 2 small private study groups. I told you about that. Your chance to, get some more individualized attention from a pro. You're going to get Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed, which will give you live breaking up to the second news alerts directly inside of our chat, so you can get news at the same speed as the pros and no longer rely on delayed news. You're going to get TradingView's premium charting software. It's one of the most commonly used charting softwares by active traders. Guys, remember, everything I'm showing you is included with your membership. You will not pay $1 extra about any of this. You will get, that's it. This is all included with your membership. You don't pay $1 extra for any of it. Then you get the Trade Ideas real-time scanner. It's an industry standard scanner. It's this artificial intelligence software streams live onto Trading Group every day. This will make sure you're always focused on the stocks that are in play. The stocks are going to give you the best chance to profit. You're going to get our simulator. Remember, I told you about this earlier on the live stream. Guys, please, for heaven's sake, use the simulator. You can trade stocks and options with fake money, with real-time data, without risking $1 of your money. Prove to yourself you can make money. Implement what you're learning in the courses. Use it. You also get our own proprietary scanner that has the same functionality as FinViz Elite, for those that are familiar with that. And you can also use it to scan for crypto. We have dark pool data, unusual options activity. This is stuff used to be available only to professionals, not anymore. Now it's available to the TTG fam. You just have to go to TTG, the number 2, PAY.com. You can break that payment up into 2. Get started today for just $1,050. Pay off the balance in 6 months. We also have a trading performance journal that will actually track all of your trading and give you guys statistics and data on your trades so we can figure out what you're doing wrong. This is a game changer when we're trying to make adjustments. Our social sentiment scanner will scour Reddit, StockTwits, and Twitter and tell you what stocks are being talked about most. Then you have our profile tool, which will give you unlimited downloadable PDF reports that will give you analyst ratings on any stock. Before you buy a stock, you can check and see how many analysts agree that it's a buy. How many think it's a sell? Game changer in helping you guys make your trading and investing decisions. You're going to get our watch list every day, so you know exactly what stocks the pros at True Trading Group have their eyes on and also how we plan to trade them. And then you get the courses. The courses, remember, are a simplified yet expanded upon version of the stuff that I learned working at the fund. There's beginner and foundation courses. There's advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, you name it, we've got it. Text and video format. There are no VIP or pro courses that cost more money that are upsells when you join. You get every single course when you sign up today for just $10.50. Then on top of the courses, you're going to get a video library that gives you access to over 200 hours of additional educational video content. These are workshops and webinars that we've conducted live with members, like how to grow a small account, how to trade while working a full-time job, just to name a few. Then you can actually attend these workshops live when you're a member. We have a blog and forum that gives you some tips and market commentary, some trade ideas, and anything we add, any new course, any new tools you never pay for. It's always included. It's like when Netflix comes out with a new show or new movie, they don't charge you an extra $10 to watch it. It's included with your membership. Same thing here. And the next 17 people that go to TTG2pay.com get a 40% on their membership, a 40% discount on the membership. You get a brand new free laptop upon becoming TT certified. You get 2 small private study groups, and you get a double your money back guarantee. If you do not make your membership fee back at least once by the end of your year membership, after going through the courses, passing the quizzes, and attending one study group, I'm going to give you double what you paid. I'm going to give you double your money back. Nobody else offers you anything close to that because they are not as confident in their ability to help you become successful as we are. I told you your results matter, and this is how I prove it to you. Check us out on Trustpilot, folks. We're 5-star rated. Over 1,400 people have taken the time to leave us a review on Trustpilot. Go read them. Read the 5 stars, read the 1 stars. Then you decide True Trading Group is right for you. If anybody has questions about the membership or you're having a hard time signing up, you can send a text message. Do not call. It's a text-only phone number. Send a text message to 201-775-9702. That phone number is at the bottom of your screen. 201-775-9702 if you have a question about the membership. And last, and certainly not least, folks, we do have a 1-week trial. Okay, we have a 1-week trial. It's only $3. We charge $3 to make sure you're a real person. Everybody has $3. You spent $3 probably on a bag of chips before. It'll be the best $3 you ever spent. You can be with us for a full week. You'll be with us for a full week. There's no automatic upgrade. There's no automatic renewal. There's no reoccurring payment. It's one-time payment of just $3. Okay? That's it. Go to ttgthree.com if you want to join the trial. Again, that's ttgthree.com if you want to join the trial. Okay. Otherwise, if you guys want the free laptop, the 40% discount, the double your money back guarantee, you go to ttg2pay.com now. Thanks for joining me tonight, folks. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you have not done so already, turn on your notifications and smash that like button. I hope this was helpful. Had a little heart-to-heart there in the beginning. Went over some bigger picture stuff with Facebook and the overall markets. I hope this helps. I'll be there in chat tomorrow, my fam, ready to make some money. I'll see you guys all there. Everybody have a fantastic evening. I'll catch you guys all later. Good night, everybody.